Hi, this is Carl from Linguagenesis, and I'm here to release a two-part video about the reasons as to why people decide to give up learning a modern foreign language and what measures we can take to stop that from happening. There are arguably many reasons as to why people do decide to relinquish their language learning, but I do think we should be clear from the outset that there are a handful of occurrences which inevitably prevent a number of people from starting or pursuing their study of a modern foreign language in any number of learning environments. For example, it may be the case that a secondary school has decided to scrap a non-compulsory subject, such as a modern foreign language, as a result of limited funding provision or teaching staff. And a comparable setback may also plague the further education sector as well, which is unable to run language courses due to insufficient enrolment numbers or a decision taken by the Learning and Skills Council to spend the money in its kitty on other areas instead. I'd just like to start by briefly outlining an incident in a primary school which saw more than 3/4 of a total of around 35 children who'd initially expressed interest in attending an after-school Spanish club leave within a year from the start. The school in question had 1 year previously successfully embedded French into its primary curriculum and chosen to offer a Spanish parent-funded after-school club for 1 hour per week to an unlimited number of children aged between 4 and 11. As far as most of those children were concerned, the motivation for attendance was to be with friends during after-school hours, and one might suppose that in exchange for a minimal weekly fee of £1 per child, some parents were more than glad to be free of their children every Tuesday until 4 o'clock that afternoon. Still, it does have to be argued that children within the aforementioned age range, whether they might have different linguistic abilities, may not always be able to comprehend the explanations by the classroom teacher, as the choice of words is important in ensuring that any child understands what is going to be required of them. And in addition to that, it is unrealistic to expect that all children will respond positively to the same classroom activities or hard resources. And it was this difficulty, or let's say impossibility, to differentiate, coupled with distracted, tired, unfocused, and a handful of unruly pupils, which led to a majority permanently dropping out of the club and not coming back. I have spoken in the past about the general decrease in popularity of modern foreign language learning in the United Kingdom, and I'm convinced that this phenomenon is due mainly to two particular occurrences. The first of these is the impractical method of teaching utilised by uninspiring and unoriginal teachers, and the second is the excessive focus on topic-based and parrot fashion learning, which has lingered for the last 5 decades, if not even longer, into the present day. And from my observations of classroom teachers and my viewing of the homework tasks and exercise book content shown to me by school pupils whom I've taught on a private basis over the last 6 years, there can be no doubt that an overwhelming majority of teachers, particularly underqualified native speakers, are not equipped with the skills to facilitate oral linguistic proficiency in pupils. Furthermore, there is no evidence to suggest that they are even able to encourage learners to develop an appreciation of the importance of grammar, which they have arguably had the responsibility to simplify for the benefit of pupils in the past and arguably continue to do so today. On the other hand, it is impossible, as it would be in any language learning setting, to guarantee the continuous learning of each scholar to the same level, especially when you consider the requirement of differentiation, have to contend with learning difficulties, and have to deal with uninterested and bothersome teenagers within such a short amount of teacher-pupil contact time. And it's this reality, together with the misconception by certain individuals that they are not linguistically proficient or gifted, or that they don't need to learn a language because everybody else can speak English, which has led to so many pupils deciding not to choose to study a language to GCSE level because, after all, it isn't mandatory.